Hello YouTube world, welcome back to the shop. Project I've got for you this week is somebody who's a regular watcher of this channel got a thing about pigs. So this project's for you this week. Now I've never turned a pig before. I'm not sure what sort of shape it's going to be. I think I'm going to have to make it up as I go along. I've never made one before, so it should be quite good fun. Now the wood I got for this is, I was given this some time ago. It's a lovely piece of wood, it's very heavy, quite dense, and I was told that it was a piece of a Roco. Now I've never seen a Roco that colour before, but I was told that a Roco comes in very many different colours. So whatever it is, it's a lovely piece of wood. Let's see how it turns out. So here's a wood setup. I have a 4-prong spur on that end, and I've got a roving centre on that end, and there you can see the beautiful colour grain. It's a lovely colour of wood. Hope it turns out nice. So first thing I'm going to do is put a tenon on that end. In fact this is too long for what I want, so I'm going to put tenon on both ends. And then just come in with a roughing gauge, take the corners off. Yep, so we've got a nice cylindrical shape there. What I'm going to do is take part of that off there, it's too long for what I want. So what I've done now is I've cut about 1/3 off that length I had. I've just gone in with a parting off tool at the back just to give me an index point. And I'm just going in there with my spindle gauge. And this is what I'm forming is the nose, and then this will be the back of the pig. I was trying to think of what sort of shape I could turn to turn a pig, and I've decided to come up with a, I guess it's more of it's a caricature of a pig rather than actual pig shape. So that what I'm forming there is be its snout, and now I'm just trying to give it a really nice round body. I'm just doing this with a scraper, just to give me a nice round shape, rounded body. Just doing a bit more work there on its snout, just trying to define this a little bit more. And now I'm just coming down, taking a little bit away on the back, because I want to get right in at the back to be able to sand that down. So that's pretty much the shape it's going to be. Just need to clean that up slightly. That's pretty much done, so I just need to go in, sand it down, apply some wax, some sand and sealer, and that pretty much is the shape I want. Some beautiful colours coming in that wood. That really is lovely colour. So that's finished now, and I'm just going to do some work on the legs. This is just a rough offcut of a piece of ash I had, and I'm just going to set that up in the lathe. Just knock the corners off, and then just turn it down into around about 5-6 mil diameter, something along those lines. So I'm just coming in there with a skew chisel, and it's just giving me a plain cut across there. It does give me an incredibly good finish on there. I'll come back in my spindle gauge now, just take a little bit of the diameter off. Still a little bit big really there. As you see, I've swapped out my tool post. I've got a smaller tool post in there now. Now I'm back to the skew chisel. As I say, that is really the tool you want to finish up with. You don't really need to sand it after you've used that. It's such a beautiful finish on the wood, but it's quite a difficult tool to master. Okay, so these are going to be the 4 feet. and that's what I'm going to drill into the body of the pig. So I just need to turn that down to that size. It's good. I want to make those feet is about 25mm. I'm not going to do anything fancy on the end because I will, when I stand pig down, I'll put it on a sanding pad and just make sure all 4 feet are the same size or the same length. Too thin, too much vibration. And now what I've done is I put the pig's body back into the chuck, because what I want to do is mark out for the eyes, the snout and the ears. And you can see on there there's 2 lines that I put on there. They don't show up that well. But all I've done is I held the tool on the tool post and I just gently spun the pig's body by hand, and that gives me the lines. So make sure that when I drill for the eyes and the ears, they are dead in line with each other. Drilling the hole now, and as you can see I'm coming in at a bit of an angle because what I want the pig's ears to sit forward or to poke forward. I don't want to sit them upright, I want them to sort of lay. If you have a look at most pigs, their ears tend to sort of go across their eyes. I was trying to mimic this somewhat. And what I'll do now is I'm just coming in, I have a countersinking tool in my electric drill and I'm going in and I'm just marking for the nostrils. It's just a countersunk hole, and what I'll do is I'll fill it with a black felt tip pen afterwards. Now I'm just coming in my drill, and these are going to be for the eyes. Just 1, 2, that's that. So next I'm going to move on to drilling the 4 holes for the feet. You can see they already marked the 2 parallel lines. This will just make sure that when I drill the holes, the feet will be exactly in line. I've also moved my toolbar up, and I'm going to use this when I mark the feet. I can also get them in exactly the same line horizontally as well as parallel. So now to actually drilling the holes. Trying to get the right angle for this is really quite difficult, and it can be a matter of trial and error, although you don't get that many goes at it because the feet do have to be splayed out, but at the same time they all have to be splayed out at the same angle. So that was the first one, and that's the second one, so front and back. It is incredibly hard. And then what I did is I just put the foot in. I didn't glue this at all, I just put it in dry. But that allowed me, when I put my drill in, to follow the same angle as that leg that was already coming out, so that they would look both the same when I was finished. That's pretty good. That looks okay. So first off, let's have some sander seed on there. So I think that might be a Roku. Roku always has these little flecks in it, like that. The new Roku I've ever seen has been a dark brown. So now for the ears, as you see, I'll swap that out for an even smaller tool rest. A bit of speed in that. I'll get that down to about 25 mil. So that's got to fit into the holes that I pre-drilled in the head. And we'll just give that a quick ear shape. So here we go, on to assembly now. So I've got some woodworking adhesive, and these are the 4 feet that I pre-drilled. Just give it a nice liberal coat of glue. And then just fitting them into the main pig's body. And I'm just tapping these home now. My nice new mallet that I made. And then I'll just get a piece of tissue and just clean off any excess glue, and that's the 4 feet done. Next up, I'm fitting the ears. These were really just a simple diamond shape, and then I took them over onto the sander and sanded it flat on one side. And these are going to be exactly the same. Just apply a little bit of wood adhesive onto the spigot. And then just fitting them into the main body of the pig. I was toying with turning those ears and then just cutting them straight in half. If you do that, you cut through half the spigot as well, so you'd end up drilling a round hole and only using half of it, and I think it'd be look a bit odd, so you're better off making two. Just leaving the spigot in one piece. So, nice fit. You can see now what I meant when I said about having the ears pointing forward as opposed to sitting upright on top of the head. A lot of things with these, when you do stuff like these, the animals, there is no right or wrong way really. And the next thing we'll do, I'm just going to get a black felt tip pen. I just want to colour the ears in. And this was just a piece that I sanded. Do both ears. I've got permanent marker there, but you could use just about anything on there. And there you see on the front as well, that was the two holes for the snout. Just use the countersinking tool in there just to push them in. Just make small indents really, just make it look like it's nostrils. That's that done. As you see, starting to come alive. And that just leaves the eyes to do now. And what I did, I bought a while ago, they're like black pins almost. Bought them online for hobby craft, their eyes, or you can certainly use them as eyes. And they're just black pins with big heads. Just dropped a little bit of super glue in there and then just pushed them home. And just let the super glue go off. And there you have one pig. What I will do is I'll just wait until everything, all the glue's gone off, and then what I'll do is I'll just put that on a piece of sanding pad, and that will sand all the feet down to exactly the same size, nice flat, smooth. Job done. Well, here you go, tubers. The finished product. A pig. Not as we know it, but pig nonetheless. They're quite cute. I think it's quite nice. And the wood that was left over, I made a mini me. Although in that shot they don't look that much smaller. There, trust me, quite a bit smaller. So I hope making a big one and a little one, I just narrow it down a little bit so that you will know who it's for. So that's been another good fun project. I quite enjoyed doing that. It's surprising what you can, I was going to say turn your mind to, but that sounds too much of a pun. So there we go, another couple of fun hours in my workshop. Look after yourself, and I'll see you all again next week. Take care. Bye bye.